You just cannot say, go back to the CEO and say, hey, I want to spend $2,000 on this person, and he would obviously come back to me, why are you saying, why would I spend $2,000 on this person? Because I have data to back this up. I have data which says this person always goes back to your software and uses. This is your perfect advocate. How I got into the field is I started with as an associate at Anthropic Tech, and then there was a PR manager who was supposed to do all the PR, and she was doing it. But in the meantime, she had to leave. She had to go somewhere else, and the product marketing manager also had to move out of the role to some other role. So there was I. So I was bound to do this, or maybe it was in my luck to do PR, and that's where I came in. I joined my first company was Xivo. So it was I was in a calling profile. So what I used to do, I used to do secondary research. I used to pick up the phone, call these people based in Europe and America, book out time with them, and then the companies would give you a questionnaire. There are 10 questions. Then you set up time with them and say, hey, what do you think the global market is going to be? And they would say the market is going to fall or something like that. And this research are then used by Forrester, PwC, or EY, and then they collate and they bring out some insights out of it. But my very basic starting with data started with a company called Cvent. It's a global event management software company based in Virginia. What we did was we used to see how many people were using our software. So we used to export the data, and there was this guy who was a marketing analyst. He used to do Power BI. But at the end of the day, it was Microsoft Excel when you need to deep down or see who are the power users and how can we make them more inclined towards our product. So if you're someone who's logging every day, we send them free certification or free certification or training program. And if you're not logging every day, you once a month, then we keep on sending you top of the funnel content or mid of the funnel content, making them engage. And the power users are always invited. Cvent has its own events, one in London and one in in Las Vegas. So these people who are using Cvent every day are being invited to events, and they're being invited to hotel events, networking events. So we always keep them engaged, and all this data was seeing all this data, which was very important. You just cannot say, go back to the CEO and say, hey, I want to spend $2,000 on this person, and he would obviously come back to me, why are you saying, why would I spend $2,000 on this person? Because I have data to back this up. I have data which says this person always goes back to your software and uses. This is your perfect advocate. Make this person your perfect advocate. He would go out in the market. He would talk on LinkedIn. He would go out to talk on different sessions. Just like even I have left Cvent, I'm still talking about Cvent. So yeah, making advocate is very important, and that comes out of data. So what we did for Decode needs to be collaborated or integrated with other tech such as WebEx or your Zoom or your Microsoft Teams. So it becomes very easy for you to store or transcribe all your meetings, everything. So we did a lot of collaboration with these companies, and they made sure that whenever we are doing any collaboration, we need to make this publication out in the market that we are now live, so that people are aware that now WebEx has an integration with Decode, or Microsoft has an integration with Decode. And that's where I went to Viziki. Had no idea. The product was pretty simple. Created those campaigns and shoot out those emails, and it really worked out for me. Being a non-PR person, I started seeing all those Google articles all of a sudden that, okay, that was interesting. And that was one project where I got very inclined to. One thing that whenever I go to my founders or my reporting manager, they ask, okay, that's good. These are so many articles are out there in the market. Thank you so much for what you have done. But how do we make sure, or what's the outcome of that? The same question that you're asking me. So what we do is we integrate all the, we go back to SEMrush and we see, okay, how much traffic does it have? And I collate all the traffic from different publications, and I go back to my founders and I tell them, okay, 20K, 30K footprints are going out in their website every day. So either someone might be seeing those articles. So that's how we were doing it for them. So SEM rush and seeing how many footprints were there on their websites. That's what. We use a lot of backlinks. So we specifically ask these people if they have published. They reach out back to us on Viziki and they say, hey, we have published. And then I make a request, hey, can you please link this article back to our website? And what we have seen, whenever these articles go out in the market, our website traffic increases. So which is a very good metric. And you never know if there's a deal that cracks out after 3 to 4 months from that day. It could have been because of that very reason. Yeah. So currently I'm working as a customer marketing manager here at Anthropic Tech. I was previously the product marketing manager. The sudden shift in the role was because we needed more case studies and everything. We needed more people to come out and speak for us. Anthropic Tech has Emotion AI, which is a very data privacy thing. And most people or most companies are not very comfortable talking about that they are using eye tracking, facial coding into their products or into their research. So yeah, they got me onboarded and they wanted to get as many customers want to speak to us. So collaborating with the CSMs and salespeople. Coming back to your question, what's my golden metric is, for me, it would be getting onboarded as many people talk about Anthropic Tech. And again, if they do, then that goes out as a PR. So that's a very aligned thing. Another thing is renewals is where my KPIs are getting counted. If there's a customer who is getting renewed, so that's something where I get it. One was Tableau, one was Power BI, but I was not the one who was pulling all this data. There was a different guy who was a marketing analyst. But what we used to see, when there were different data points, but and it was all scattered. But when you collate them, when you see them in a visualization or in a dashboard, it starts to make sense. So you will start seeing all the up graphs or the down graphs, and at first it didn't make sense, but at the end, when you see it in a visualized manner, it does make sense. So the patterns always show up. My favorite tool would be Microsoft Excel, because I believe most of the biggest companies or the best companies or the best accountants or the finance people are always go back to Microsoft Excel, because that is where you can pinpoint or go back where something's getting wrong. One data that I would like to see is how are my competitors doing? Mm-hmm. If they have published a publication, how much footprints are they getting? What kind of content are they getting the most views for? Is it their blogs? Is it their case studies? So if someone can come and tell me, okay, this is the most successful part that the competitors are getting, then I would take that part and I would make my campaigns better. Or footprints, which publication has how many footprints each day and how many people have seen those. If I'm getting published in Times of India, how many people have seen my article? That is something, yeah. I think product marketing and PR are very interlinked. The main purpose of product marketing is to any new feature that is coming out in the market, the product manager from the tech side tells it to the product marketing manager, and the purpose of the product marketing manager is to simplify the language and take it out in the market, or at least to the customers. And in between comes PR, and why not? If I'm coming up with a new feature, then why not send it out in the market and let them know, hey, this was the problem you were facing and now we have changed it all. There was a lot of problems people were facing recently with Apple's payment, and these are some things which never come out in the market. So Apple keeps on publishing these publications or these updates onto the market, and this comes through Times of India, Economic Times, which we never know. Okay, they are giving so much of time on the small things, but that's coming through product marketing management and PR collaborating together and making sure every customer is getting to know the problem has been fixed. I think one thing which is happening right now is a lot of people are getting laid off because of this funding winter or winter funding. Um, Especially your ed tech companies are getting people cut off. So there's a lot of negativity that's going out in the market. People are calling out Byju's, people are calling out different companies. And now it's the time for the PR manager to rise up and correct the statement. Okay, we did, but there was a problem, and people have shifted. The dynamics have shifted. We don't have revenue. How can we keep these people? But you have to. The PR manager has to make the story so good, so that everybody understands, and like people start sympathizing with companies like Byju's or anything. So they did not mean to do it, but they had to do it because of business reasons. So now PR manager has to step up and make the public understand it was for a reason, but we are trying to make it better, and we will hire them back whenever we have more funding. I think if you are looking to go into PR, one thing which I'm not very good at, something which I cannot say, is read a lot. Obviously, it comes without saying, and I think try everything, try and fail, and never be afraid of doing something new. That's something I would say. And if there's a teammate who is using some another software, you're not interested, you don't know what to do with it, just go and sit with him, try to understand what he or she is doing. Somewhere down the line in your career, that software will come back to you, and you will know to make use of it.